Sugar Sean O'Malley taking on Aljamain Sterling, trying to capture the belt, right? Trying to take over the belt, steal it from Aljamain Sterling, and that's not going to be easy to do whatsoever. I mean, it's just not going to be easy. When you look at the division, of course, Sterling's a champ. His teammate Dvalishvili's waiting. If Sterling wins this fight, he'll probably bow out and move up to featherweight, fight for the title immediately. And then number two, you got Sean O'Malley, and what a win this could be for Sean O'Malley, for his stock. I mean, this guy's stock will be through the roof if he wins this fight. On down the list, you still got Cejudo. Sandhagen looked good against Rob Font, although, I mean, it wasn't an impressive win. He got the win. And, of course, you still got Petr Yan at number 5, and that guy just continues to slide. And more importantly, you got Aljamain Sterling, number 5 on the dude list, right? Number 5. But guess what? He's taking on number 12, Sean O'Malley. So these are two of my top 12 favorite fighters. If someone asked me in the street and said, hey, Chris Cross, who you like? You watch UFC? Yes, of course I do. Who you like? Those are the top 12 I'm going to name. But when you get two guys fighting for the belt that are on the do list, of course I'm going to be rooting for Aljamain Sterling, but I will not be unhappy in the slightest if Sean O'Malley can pull this thing off. I mean, that would just be crazy, crazy exciting. I mean, and we'll take that. You know, so both of these guys up there on the do list, very exciting. I cannot wait for this fight. Is it trending well? Who knows? It should be. I mean, the bantamweight division is on fire right now. I mean, it's absolutely on fire. It's one of the best divisions in the UFC. Of course, you got the lightweight, the welterweight. And I don't think the welterweight's as strong without Hamza. You know, the fact that Hamza is going the middleweight against Costa, I don't know if that division is that strong. But truthfully, one of the best divisions, I believe now. Always a lightweight, but bantamweight is a very, very, very close second. So let's get right into it. Let's get into it. Aljamain Sterling versus Sean O'Malley. Here's our prediction. In the bantamweight division at UFC 292, you got the current champ, Aljamain Sterling, coming in 23-3, taking on one of the top contenders in the division, Sean the Sugar Show O'Malley, who comes in at 16-1. Now, the Sugar Show is 4 inches taller at 5'11". He's got a 1-inch reach advantage. He's a switch stance fighter. Aljamain Sterling is a right-hander. Now, Sean O'Malley's very active, 7.4 significant strikes per minute. Sterling is active too, but not quite the same pace, 4.8 significant strikes per minute. One of the big differences here is Aljamain Sterling can land like 2 takedowns over 3 rounds. And if this thing does go to a decision, he's going to get 3, 4, 5 takedowns in this fight. Now, the Funk Master has been on an impressive streak. He hasn't lost since 2017 against Marlon Moraes. That's ridiculous. Winning 9 straight fights, and that's why he's number 5 on our dude list, right? Recently beating Henry Cejudo by decision. TJ Dillashaw, think about this, KO. Petr Yan, decision. Corey Sandhagen, submission, pretty quickly in the first round. Beat Pedro Munoz, Jimmy Rivera, and you just go on and on. Now, Sean O'Malley also beat Petr Yan, setting up this fight by decision. He beat Raulian Paiva, KO. Chris Moutinho, KO. Thomas Almeida, KO. I mean, he finishes, folks. That's the bottom line. He did lose to Marlon Vera, but that was early, or well, really late in the first round. And if I'm thinking back, there was something that went wrong. He stepped back and hurt something and then went down. But nonetheless, he did get TKO'd. He lost that fight. No doubt about it. But the Sugar Show, Sean O'Malley, is a real contender here. A real contender. He's a very good fighter. This is like 5 versus 11 on our do list, meaning both of these guys are in the top 11 of my favorite fighters. I like them both. It's a very difficult situation, just like it was when Islam fought Volkanovski and we had 4 versus 7. These are two guys I really like, so it's hard to pick against one of them. But the fact is Aljamain Sterling is the champ for a reason. He's 33 years old, prime shape, height of his career. Sean O'Malley is 28. He's probably got 2, 3, 4 years still before he peaks. He's on the way, but he's still young. And I don't see Sterling losing right now at the height of his career to Sean O'Malley. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. But I like Aljamain Sterling to get enough takedowns, control positions, limit the striking of Sean O'Malley, right? They'll equalize that. but Sterling will have 3, 4, 5 takedowns. And if it does go to a decision, he wins. The only way Sean O'Malley wins this thing is by getting a stoppage via KO, and that's possible too. But I think Sterling is too smart for that, knows how to control the fight, knows how to win in difficult situations like against Cejudo. May not be the prettiest or best fight, but he's going to find a way to win every time. But he is dealing with more of a striker in Sean O'Malley, but I still like him to win, in my opinion, one way or the other, to move to 24-3 and retain the bantamweight title here in the main event at UFC 292. Yeah, I mean, it's just hard to see O'Malley winning this fight. I mean, you're dealing with a guy that's in his prime, the best fighter in bantamweight history, in my opinion, and he doesn't get the respect, right? He started out with the Petr Yan win. That was a crazy win, and people thought he should have continued the fight. He didn't. He ended up getting a rematch, and then he proceeds to dominate Petr Yan. Then Sean O'Malley fights Yan, and Sean O'Malley beats him. That really surprised me. You know, I liked O'Malley anyway. I love the Sugar Show, right? But it really surprised me that he was able to pull off that fight. And it sets him up now for a title shot. He deserves it. Is he ready? I don't know. You know, it just seems to me Sterling is much better right now. I think he obviously wins his fight and proceeds to vacate the belt. Dvalishvili will fight for it and likely win it. And Sterling will get an opportunity to fight Volkanovski probably for the featherweight title. That's how that's how I see this thing playing out. Now, if O'Malley wins a close fight, there'll be a rematch for sure. And then Merab Dvalishvili is just on hold. Now, these two are already going back and forth, as you would expect, as most title fights do, with Sean O'Malley sliding into DMs, direct messages of Sterling. Kind of saying, Aljamain Sterling looked nervous on TV. Sterling saying, hey, let's bet $100, first guy to get a takedown. And both agreed. Is it a real bet? Probably not. You also got Sean O'Malley. You know, he always uses his fights as a platform, going off on MMA managers, taking a percentage of the bonus when fighters, you know, are in the fight of the night or performance of the night, things of that nature. I'm not really with him on that. I think when you sign these contracts with managers, they get a percentage of your proceeds. That's how they get paid. You know, they also aren't going to get as much if you lose. And that's what you want. You want it in the best interest of the manager that the fighter wins all day, every day. If they win, they get the fight win bonus. Then if their performance of the night, they get the bonus there. And now they double their income. Fighter gets more, the manager gets more. Everybody's happy. So I'm not with O'Malley on that, but I get what he's trying to do by bringing up that topic. For sure, for sure.
He's gonna fight, wait, he's gonna fight, wait, hold your breath till the end of the night. Last fighter call, UFC at its height, yeah. Bringing that thunder with all his might, saying step up, wanna fight, hold up, think twice, gladiator, assassin, reckless, no abandon, walk through that cage, he'll leave your ass stranded, wake up, hey, where you at, hey, got hit in the head with a baseball bat.